From July 26th to December 10th, Saturn is going retrograde. Now let me explain retrograde Saturn to you. Have you ever had a bank freeze your credit card because they noticed some unusual activity? The bank isn't trying to punish you, they're trying to protect you. That is what Saturn retrograde does. So, from July 26th to December 10th, Saturn isn't here to destroy your life. It is here to stop you from making expensive mistakes. And today I am going to show you what that audit is and where exactly the audit is happening in your birth chart. Now let's look at what is happening in the sky. Saturn is retrograding around 20 degrees Pisces in Revati Nakshatra. Revati is the final nakshatra. Think of it as the end, the last chapter of the book. Before you begin a new story, you have to finish the old one. That is why people keep replaying conversations. You probably have dreams about your childhood, or you are replaying so many events in your mind, questioning financial decisions, thinking about changing careers, or wondering. I think most of us are actually wondering whether we are really happy. Now pause this video. Open your birth chart on the computer or on your phone and find Pisces. And which house Pisces is in. Most birth charts give you the number of the house also. Now wherever Pisces is, that is where Saturn is asking you to slow down and rebuild. If you don't know your chart, comment your ascendant below and I'll tell you where this transit is happening for you in your life. Now let me explain the houses. Suppose you are an Aquarius rising. Pisces becomes your second house. Second house isn't just money. It is savings, food, family, speech, self-worth. The retrograde asks, why are you spending money? Is it because you genuinely value something, or is it because you're trying to impress someone? Have you looked at your bank statement recently? If Saturn were your accountant, what would it circle in red? Let me give you examples using celebrity families. Not because I think celebrities are very special. They have name, fame, whatever. But they are a benchmark. They are people we all know. And of course, family name gives someone opportunities. But this is Shani. Saturn says, I don't care whose child you are. Show me your discipline. Legacy opens doors, but character keeps those doors open. If you're a Leo rising, Saturn is auditing your 8th house. 8th house governs shared finances, inheritance, taxes, insurance, investments, loans, and hidden wealth. That is why some people start worrying about debt and risky investments. Imagine someone making big money in crypto. It happens very suddenly in crypto. So everything looks amazing. Then Saturn retrograde happens. Suddenly they realize, I never had a risk management plan. Saturn isn't taking away wealth. Saturn is teaching sustainability. So there is a very Saturn question I would like to ask yourself here. If all your income stopped tomorrow, how many months could you survive? That is 8th house question. Now let's understand this through people we all know. I'm not saying that celebrities are experiencing this exact Saturn transit in these houses. Rather, they illustrate how these houses operate in real life. Let's start with 11th house. This is the house of large audiences, social media, endorsements, influential networks, the income that comes from your public reputation. Think about cricket stars, Hardik Pandya, Virat Kohli. An athlete can be celebrated by millions one season, and the next season the same public starts questioning every performance, every decision, every interview. Endorsements, sponsorships, media narratives, public perception, all these can shift remarkably fast. That is the nature of the 11th house. The birth chart you're seeing on the screen is Virat Kohli's. 11th house for Kohli is where it's written Mars in this chart. When Saturn places pressure on this area of your life, whether through transit aspect or by activating similar themes, it asks a difficult question. Is your success built on genuine value, or are you depending too much on public approval? See, Saturn isn't interested in popularity. He's interested in longevity. He wants your reputation to be so solid that it doesn't collapse because of one bad week, one bad wave of criticism, one poorly played season. If Pisces falls in your 11th house, don't be surprised if your circle becomes smaller. Your network changes and your income sources begin to shift. Sometimes fewer opportunities create stronger opportunities tomorrow. It's not necessarily because you're doing something wrong. It's because Saturn wants authenticity. The image you built has to match who you really are. That is how Saturn works in our lives. Maybe your professional network feels smaller, tighter circle. That can happen. Maybe clients disappear, maybe people for years have suddenly drifted away. Saturn isn't taking everything away, it's removing relationships that were never built to last. The goal isn't popularity, it is stability. Have you noticed people disappearing from your life this year? Friends who have stopped calling, clients who have vanished, networks that suddenly feel exhausting. Don't chase everyone. Saturn has come to remove the distractions. And if you are a celebrity, you could have been loved by millions and suddenly you are criticized. That, my friend, is 11th house. Public approval changes quickly. Saturn teaches you not to build your identity on applause. This is where Saturn becomes fascinating. Every house asks one uncomfortable situation. For 11th house, the question is, if nobody applauded you, would you still keep doing your work? That, my friend, is a Saturn question. Now let's talk about second house. Second house is about family, savings, self-worth. This house rules your speech also, the legacy you inherit. Think of famous families like the Bachchans, where legacy plays a huge role. Or even about Nepo kids, as they are called, star kids who inherit opportunities but still have to prove themselves. That is the lesson of Saturn. The family name opens the door, but discipline is what keeps that door open for you, keeps you relevant in that room. If Saturn influences your second house, money often feels delayed, income slows down, unexpected expenses appear. You wonder why cash flow isn't easy anymore. Saturn isn't trying to make you poor. It is teaching you the value of every single rupee, because wealth built slowly lasts longer. Now, what happens when life becomes uncertain? This, my friends, is an 8th house question. 8th house is hidden wealth, investments, sudden changes. Now let's look at the eighth house. Think about celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan or Aishwarya Rai. Again, not making predictions about them, just understanding how house works. The eighth house rules hidden assets, business partnerships, corporate investment, taxes, insurance, joint finances, inheritance, things we don't usually see. When Saturn activates this house, people often have to reorganize their financial lives. Maybe investments need restructuring. Maybe businesses become more disciplined. Maybe risks that once looked exciting don't seem to be worth it anymore. And honestly, that's healthy. For all of us, Saturn asks one simple question: do you actually understand money, or are you just hoping that everything works out? That is a question worth asking. While we're talking about the retrograde, I would like to talk about the beautiful part. The retrograde, this story is just not about Saturn only. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and from Cancer, Jupiter casts its ninth aspect directly onto Saturn. So imagine this: Saturn is the strict teacher, Jupiter is the wise mentor sitting beside him. Saturn says, show me your homework. Saturn says, I'll help you understand. Jupiter says, I'll help you understand the lesson. Together they are helping us build something that actually lasts. So from this video, the biggest takeaway I want you to remember is Shani isn't interested in making your life harder. He's interested in making your life stronger. When Saturn goes retrograde, he'll slow you down long enough for you to ask some important questions. Is your money built on discipline or impulse? Is your success built on substance or appearance? Are your relationships helping you grow, or are they simply familiar? Are you building a life that can stand the test of time? Whether you are a celebrity managing multi-crore businesses, or an entrepreneur building a dream, a professional climbing the corporate ladder, or simply someone trying to better his future, the lesson is exactly the same. Saturn doesn't care about titles or followers or status. He just cares about integrity. Because whatever you build with honesty, patience, discipline, and purpose, Saturn eventually rewards. So don't fear this retrograde. Use it. Reflect, restructure, realign. And remember, the greatest wealth Saturn wants to give you isn't money, it's maturity. In my next video, we're going to make this deeply personal. I'm going to look at all the 12 ascendants, Lagna, rising signs, to uncover what exactly Saturn is auditing in your life and where this is happening. Whether it's your career, your relationships, your finance, your home, or your spiritual path. We'll explore the transit, how it is shaping your unique journey, and how you can work with Saturn instead of resisting him. You won't want to miss it. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this message. Until next time, take care of yourself, trust the timing of the universe, and remember, Shani never takes away your blessings. He simply makes sure that they are built to last. Until next time, may your karma be your greatest strength and your wisdom be your true wealth.